White Walker perpetuated offenses are considered especially heinous. In Westeros, 4 dedicated friends investigate and discuss these vicious episodes as members of an elite squad known as A Podcast Has No Name. Welcome to A Podcast Has No Name. I'm Ambush, sitting here with the other homie Castro. Great to see you, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, I wanted
The
to
original. Fucking getting fired from my own podcast and shit.
Impossible.
Look, I'm on.
You a busy
I'm on
dude. You a busy dude.
I'm on furlough. Like when Bobby Seale used to teach at Temple, you can see his mailbox and be stuffed with shit. Oh man, Bobby Seale's like, oh, he's not here this semester.
He's not here.
He's not here, sir. He's on a sabbatical. But his mailbox is there, full of people slide. Oh, I hope Bobby Seale sees my note. No, he's not gonna see a note. He don't come on campus. Anyway, I'm the adjunct, Bobby Seale adjunct.
But I remember when we were first discussing this and there were, murmurings about them actually releasing it, you and I were on opposite ends. I was excited about it. You were like, I'm over it. Like,
please,
what
man.
are we doing?
Look,
you were like, is everyone going to get their own cut now?
We're gonna put sugar on shit and call it a donut. No. Like, what are we doing here?
All right.
You know what this movie is?
What?
This movie is Kanye West's Life of Pablo. I'ma fix wolves. Okay. Like, what the fuck, man? Like,
so,
how many times you get up? Like, it's like this is like the Olympics in Russia and USA, and they got like 4 chances to beat us, and they won. And I have a feeling that they're not gonna win on these. This is the 3rd chance, because see, that's what people don't get. And I'm gonna go in on my little rant.
Go ahead.
This is not the 2nd version of the movie. This is the 4th or 5th version.
How
you
so?
And I know we are Blu-ray connoisseurs. It comes out on DVD. Then it comes out on Blu-ray with a little extra shit put in there. I was watching fucking Star Wars the other day, and you forget that Lucas has his grubby hands on. I mean, it's his movie, but he has grubby. You see these weird Chewbacca's and these other. I was like, what is that thing? And it just takes you out of it. And that fucking rock. He put a rock in front of R2D2 when they were hiding from the Tusken Warriors, and it just looks ridiculous. As a musician that works on a song, and you can work on a song forever, people tell you that because you can always keep tinkering and fixing.
Sure.
And so anyway, that's how I approach this thing. Like,
so let me ask you this: has your opinion changed since seeing?
Hell no.
Since seeing the new trailer, no.
So let me ask you this: how long is this movie? 4 hours, right?
4 hours. Listen,
what is this? This is like the Justice League cartoon where they would show like 6 stories in like a half an hour and shit. They didn't have more than
we come from 3-hour films, Lord of the Rings trilogies.
But that's when we want 3 hours and we go in knowing that shit. When you go into the movies and it's like you look at your watch. If you ever go to a movie, you look at your watch, you are not immersed in the universe. I remember Avatar saying, what the fuck is going on here? He was swinging around wearing shit. I was like, yo, we ain't got time for this. Yo, like, come on. Look, I just think, all right, the best thing this movie can do is color correct. I think there was a big problem with color, but like putting more shingles on Steppenwolf. Come on, man.
All right, so Steppenwolf has been reshingled. We got, I did see a
Black Superman. We got Black Superman.
Right.
We got a cyborg with more weaponry.
Yes.
We have more character building with Flash.
Yes.
We have Hey, look, I don't know. See, this is the thing. They should have cut out Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman 84 in the docket now. Man, it's looking bad for Diana.
Oh, man.
That movie is awful. And it's good, but it's awful. Like, it's Wonder Woman-y, right?
Right.
But grant a wish. You want a wish? What? They got my man. And who is that? That's Serial, right? Is that?
Yeah. It's Mando.
Serial?
Yes.
No, not Serial. It's Mando, but it's also from Game of Thrones. Come on, I know it's been a while.
It's been a while. I can't remember his name. Damn.
He's one of the Sands, though.
Yeah.
He's one of the Sands.
He was killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Pedro.
make a wish off me, and I'm like, this is the movie, and then all these wishes are crisscrossing the world. There's a wall. Like, yo, man, I said this is a Disney movie for real. Like that's what I thought. I thought it was Aladdin would come out with the flying carpet. Like it got to that camp. And then you resurrect the ball, but he's a ball, another ball. Come on, man. You didn't even have to do that. We didn't even see the other guy's version of him. Like, anyway.
Nah, like briefly, if they
Point being, so now she's in this, and now I'm
yeah.
supposed to think that like she was just in Shazam, and now she's back doing Justice League things. I'm sorry, I'm not convinced, and I'm going on. So please enlighten the listeners as to your
No, so
position on
I
this.
mean, I was definitely a part of that, release the Snyder Cut hashtag. Spent my time on the Twitters. Let's get it out. Let's have it. Because like you, I was dissatisfied with what we got. You know what I'm saying? I definitely felt better about it, knowing that there was a version out there that existed that was better than what we got. For sure. So that gave me hope. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, Joss Whedon came in and I felt like he did less of him and just did more of what Warner Brothers wanted to do because Joss Whedon knows how to make good films. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but they're following this. I could see
he was following the Marvel. I feel what you're saying.
No, I could see if Actually, I was gonna say I could see if there were clues that this was a better movie. But to me, as it was going along, you saw that this was Batman and Superman reincarnate, which was a mess. And so once you start doing them same tropes, again, the DC is in such a rush. That's their main folly. And all they got to do is, and it's not just look at Marvel, look at Pixar and Toy Story, 10 years apart. They were never in a rush. Iron Man came out in a vacuum. Nobody knew this thing would be good. We thought it could be another Blade. No, I mean, in Iron Man, and any comic fan, Iron Man is like the 10th to 20th choice.
Yeah.
You would not pick Tony to make some movie about how you going to get the nuances of him being a drunk and, you know what I'm saying, and an egomaniac. You know what I'm saying? So, hats off to them. And I'm not just to be like drooling over Marvel. It's just the fact that they took time, like the fact that there's a Thor 2, like good God, like, but the fact that Guardians takes that long. DC got plenty, you got enough. You could do all that. So the fact that I always feel like they're in a rush, like this Joker thing, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Well, and you were one of those people that would, give me a break. And you were one of those people giving Suicide Squad, let's give it a chance.
Whoa.
Come on.
Listen.
Remember Slipknot? Remember Slipknot? Slipknot. I'm here to climb a building and blow off my head.
Terrible. Terrible. Nah.
And the katana chick and his souls in the sword beats me. I don't see no souls. Where the souls in the sword? And then I saw missing scenes of that. And I was like, yo, this works. Like you, all right, you brought up
with the missing
3-hour movie.
The missing scenes made it work.
Scenes helped a lot with Enchantress, Lord, because you get the whole thing with Enchantress and the archaeologist chick, and you don't find out about her so late. You find out about her early. And the missing scenes, the first scene is the archaeologist chick going to find the Enchantress thing and then getting sucked in. They start with that. They don't start with like Bragg or any. They start with that, where she's the main antagonist, and they start with that just to give you like, all right, this is what's going on. I remember when I watched, I'm like, who's this archaeologist chick? And that's his girlfriend. Like, what the
right?
And because they started with Amanda Waller because they want to start with Viola Davis, and that's not with file reading and all that. No, the missing scene. They started with chick going to find this artifact, why she was going for it, and how the whole Enchantress thing worked. Because Enchantress was mad weak when the girl found it.
So here's the thing: I heard that there was, another version of Suicide Squad. I had zero interest, and it's crazy that
and that thing is cut to hell.
You're mentioning now. Okay,
it's cut to hell, like all of the Harley Quinn stuff. Like the edits are crazy. Like it's chopped up to hell. But again, it's like, so all right, are we going to go hunt the Josh Trank version of and Fan Force it? Suppose. But that to me, that's in theory, because the first half of the movie is hit, and then supposedly there's more that's going on with that missing middle part and all them scenes you saw in the trailer that are going.
Yeah.
The second half is studio. You can watch it and see. The second half is the studio version of that movie. And the first half is Josh Trank with the broodiness and the best friend and science project and all that, like making them really human and rooted and stuff, and the interracial twin, brother and sister. And then the second part of the movie is we're on the planet, Doom in the suit. And the first half, Doom is like one of the workers there. It's like they showed it, So look, I'm not against giving people a chance because I've watched like Sweetback's Badass on. That's 3 hours. I've watched director's cuts of films. There's like Malcolm X. There's like kind of a director's cut, a little bit more in there. And sometimes it's just a longer scene and all that. So I can give you that. But then I look at like classic mistakes in this film, like Blade Runner. It's 5 versions of Blade Runner, different endings that make the movie mean different shit. And it's like, how many chances do you want to try to get it right? Now you're confusing yourself. So then you ask the director of Blade Runner, which one is yours? Which one is is this the, you know what I'm saying? And so,
yeah.
And I remember also getting Blu-rays and DVDs. I remember getting a DVD, I think it was the first Matrix one, and there was nothing on it. No
bonus,
nothing extra, nothing.
Yeah.
It was just plain. And you're like disappointed because a movie like that, you want to see all of the
behind the scenes, the bullet time,
and all that stuff. And not necessarily a longer movie. I just want to see all of the intricacies. And then later on, you'll see films, Exorcist, I think there's a deluxe version with more behind the scenes stuff and stuff to have more of an immersive experience. If you're going at the movie again, in the case of Justice League, it had to be like, his vision had to be like totally mutated for him to be like, all right, you got to let me, because I heard it was 70 million reshoots. Like the Joker stuff is all reshoots.
Yeah.
You know,
it's 20
and
million,
that was messed.
They pump another 20 million into this. So there was a combination of some reshoots, then also having to add special effects to all the scenes that just didn't get used.
Right. Oh yeah, the ones that yeah. Like that cyborg stuff. But then, like I said, is it going to be a Lucas thing where, like, all right, so that cyborg scene with the shoulder cannon and the 2 arms, I'm going to look at that shoulder cannon the whole scene. I'm not, where did that come from? Because I'm pretty sure he did the gun arm thing, but now you have this extra. And again, it makes me think of Lucas Star Wars, the original one. I watched it. I'm watching Luke running around, and it's like, oh man, this is campy. Look what they did with the budget did it. Right. And then there's some new age hoverboard that flies in front of him. And he messed up the space. He didn't do anything subtle in the back or anything. The flying in front scene. I'm like, come on, yo. So it takes you out of it from when I know it's campy. I know Star Wars looks dusty. I want to watch it the way I watched it when I was a kid.
Watching it.
So I don't need you to give me little enhancements and stuff that take me out of the experience.
So with this though, I mean, I know for a fact I'm going to watch it like over analyzing it because I'm going to look for those differences. First off, you pulled me into this thing because you're telling me this is going to be so much better than the version that came out. So now I'm going to be watching it, having those comparisons the entire time I'm sitting there tuned in. And I'm going to be honest, this trailer did way more for me than the first trailer that dropped.
What was the difference? The first trailer
that dropped had some of the same sequences that I'd seen in some teasers and some leaked stuff. So it didn't really, hit me with anything new. And then also the score for that first trailer was annoying as hell. The Halloween song they had playing, I was just like, what are we doing here? What's happening? The second trailer, I saw a lot more newer footage. Being able to see more people from Apocalypse was dope. Like, I never in my years expected to see Granny Goodness on.
Granny and all of them.
Granny. Yeah, I saw Granny. I was like,
the chick with the whips. I mean, sometimes my Apocalypse, his family is tainted from the cartoon.
Yeah.
Version because you start remembering them versus the book, but it's pretty much same because Granny, and then he got his Ebony Moore dude. He got one. He got one of those.
Yeah. So he was on one side and Granny was on the other, and I was like, oh, and just like
because he never fought because they fought and they would whoop ass.
He never had to.
He never had to fight. They would always fight. And I mean, it's Darkseid is a different thing because people comparing to Thanos and all this other stuff. No, or Apocalypse. Like Darkseid has a whole universe. Okay, exactly. Like people go to his universe and his planets, and it's a little different.
Yeah, and, completely. So I'm thinking, like, hoping that we'll get.
But you won't get Thanos. You won't get Darkseid in a fight. You'll get a special effect. You'll see him holding court. You won't see him interacting with any of the main cast.
So they did show him. There's the original fight that happened when all the gods were still active. Before he took the name Darkseid, they do show that. They do show all of that. And then the weapon that he used in that fight was still here on Earth the entire time. That was in the temple when Diana walked in. Like, I didn't even notice that they were showing us that in those early trailers, that weapon from that ancient war was still here. And that it was like, if you look at the trailer now, when she walks into that room, it's like slanted, just chilling on the side. I was like, oh shit.
So
Okay.
what's missing? What's missing from this trailer that was so prominent in the first movie? I'm just noticing. Nothing. No words of the mother box. Not a picture of them. Not nobody saying it in dialogue. Not because remember that was the whole thing, mother, and that's not been in these trailers. Now it could definitely be in the movie because I think they flubbed with the human one. They just buried it. Like what? Like you had it. That mascara was all defending that, but the humans just buried in a hole. And then remember, Cyborg just went and got one. Like what is
that was the
going
one?
On here?
Yeah, that was the human one he had because his pop had already found it.
Okay, so there wasn't one just buried in the ground.
Nah.
There's another one. There's one that somebody just went and got and brought back. So I'll tell you.
It was the one in Atlanta. No, I want to say it wasn't Atlanta. No, Cyborg had. That's the one he went and got. The one that his pop had. When his pop used to create.
Because I remember him
he stashed that somewhere. Yeah, he stashed it somewhere.
And they didn't show him go get. They didn't show him hitting the code or nothing. He just, I'll be right back. Here, I got
and boom, and drop the.
Must
joint.
Be nice. But anyway, I'm gonna be hard on it because I think Flash is wrong. I think they need to go hire home. They need to go hire Homeboy Flash from TV. Just do it.
Well, they need to do it. They've already done the crossover.
Yeah, but no, not on the TV. Go put him in the movie. He is the Flash. He plays it very well.
He does.
Put him in the movie. This young guy, he's like, bundle of nervous energy. I don't like the Flash.
Yeah, okay.
I'm serious. Like Homeboy has 6 seasons. That show has 6 seasons.
He's killing.
So like,
he's
been Flash the whole time, and he tells everybody, anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We shall see. But I'm not a fan of a teaser for the trailer for the announcement for the movie. I saw these people on Twitter like, "Oh, it's back." And I'm like, "What's back?" The trailer's back. I said, "Wow!" And I'm sitting there waiting for all my new Walking Dead episodes.
Yeah. Oh my god! So this thing comes out March 15th. Okay. I don't even know what day of the week that is. Do you plan on watching it 4 hours straight through? Or are you gonna break it up?
Oh God, I didn't even think about it like that. I know I'm not watching it that day, or maybe not in that week. I'll probably watch it the week after. But 4 hours, man. I mean, like the closest I could do that, I could watch like 2 Star Wars in a row. But and I could watch The Matrix. I could watch all 3 of those back to back. That's no problem.
Yeah.
And also those have extended versions. And then you're talking Lord of the Rings. There's 4-hour versions of each movie.
Yes, there are.
Literally. And now I'm not even mentioning this. I've watched those in pieces, and I remember I couldn't watch those because there's all the extra Galadell stuff, like more walking and more.
There's a lot of walking and riding. There's a lot of walking,
and there's more. Not Mordor. The other sorcerer that was the first one we thought was the big bad.
Yeah.
No, not Sauron. The white, the other sorcerer in white.
Saruman.
There's a lot of Saruman.
Yeah.
In the extended versions, a lot of him.
Yeah.
A lot of in the Return of the King, the king that son, the king Boromir's father.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of him.
Wow.
2 Towers. 2 Towers. Yeah, he's wild.
2 Towers.
2 Towers, or he's in the Return of the King. No, he's in Return.
He's in Return of the King.
Return of the King. Yeah, he's wild.
Yeah.
He's burning people. He's wild. He's not helping. But there's a lot more of him. There's more slither tongue with the dead king. There's a lot more of that and the whispering and all that, and they explain it. They explain that helps. Like the Lord of the Rings stuff, it does fill in the blanks. But like if you saw Hobbit,
why'd you say it like that?
Because it's one movie and they made it in 3. And the only good of the 3 is the Rise of Smaug. And
Desolation of Smaug.
That third one
was crazy.
Is awful. That third one is oh, that's so bad. The third one is so bad. But wait, does the third one have the barrel roll?
Yeah.
No, that might be the second.
That's in Desolation of Smaug.
That's in Desolation.
That's Desolation of Smaug.
The third one, I said, what's happening?
Fight scene. That barrel river.
Who was the reinforcements in the third one? Was it Ghost again? Did they go get Ghost?
I don't think they got Ghost. No, the Kingdom of Men showed up. No, the elves showed up. The elves showed up.
There was reinforcements stuff.
Yeah, the elves were reinforcements this time. Yeah.
Wow. And there's a lot of Gladriel or whatever her name is. Oh my God, there's so much of her in this movie. So again, so that's another. You see what I'm saying? Like,
but look, we're talking about they're going to give us more lanterns in this. We're supposed to get
What
Martian
else are they
Manhunter.
gonna? No, they're gonna show you a flash of a planet. You know what they're gonna give you? So you remember in Guardians when they were flying through the hexagon
Yeah.
tunnel?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna
That's how
see.
they're
Oh,
going.
look. Oh, look. Elongated man. You see him? Oh, we're out. We're out. We're flying through. You see him?
They're
This Hawkeye,
supposed.
Hawk Girl. They're gonna be waving. Hawkeye, Hawk Girl gonna be waving with their maces, and that's it. Because you know what they did. I'm glad we're bringing all this up in the new Star Wars, Return of the Jedi at the end. Remember, he mashes in all the other
Oh, this the
planets
Force
that are in the
Ghost.
Federation.
Yeah.
No, not. We'll get to that. But remember, they show other planets that we got introduced into the prequel. He
Yeah.
put those planets in there now. Because remember, in the original one, it's just we see Endor, and then we see them. It's only like two places.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And the new
really?
one, they show like all of these different planets of the Federation, Jar Jar's planet, underwater people. They go to all of them when we finally went. And they showed them all celebrating. It's like a party across the universe.
Oh god.
And it's really ridiculous.
That is weird.
And then they go back to Chewbacca with a gold medal. Oh no, Chewbacca didn't get a medal first time. Yeah. Gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Look, man, this guy's gonna see his vision through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna hate all the way. He's gonna see his vision through. I will say this, leaving this review, I don't know if I will sit through the 4 hours. That's a question that will have to be answered at a later date. I don't know if I'll sit through the 4.
They dance.
You gonna sit through the 4?
What
do you think? You think it's 3:30 with a lot of credits?
I think it's like 3:45. I don't think it's a solid 4.
No, son, with all of the special effects, this is a 20-minute credit. Like, don't forget, there's some movies that the credits are
Facts.
It's a lot. I remember The Matrix. That shit, they had 4 songs on the Matrix credits, yo. 4 songs, and usually it's 2 songs and then a piece from the score on credits when it rolls. But it's because there's so many effects artists. It was 4 whole songs. I remember because I was trying to find the song. It's 4 songs on the first Matrix, or maybe the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I mean, I when they were talking about releasing it in episodes, doing like 6 episodes, I was apprehensive only because I didn't know if they were going to drop them all at the same time. I didn't want to have to wait. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like, WandaVision has kind of retrained me. Also, Mandalorian has retrained me not to be
going
so
back to that.
And you know, so it's been all right. Something to look forward to every week. Cool. But with this, it was like, we've been waiting for this for so long. Just drop it. Just drop the whole thing. Just
look, man. The record is bad for these DC cats. The animated series, the animated movies are blowing them out the water.
The animated, you can't even compare. The animated
and Marvel only has one dud, and that's Inhumans. The people don't even remember it even happened.
Bruh.
2 IMAX episodes. That's bad. Mm-hmm. Oh man, you don't know. Oh, so you know.
No, but they went to TV. It was more than 2 episodes, though.
It was 2 episodes on IMAX, and then the rest was in regular TV, and you could see the difference. Son, Black Bolt only uses powers twice in the whole series.
Why would I watch
3
it?
if you count a flashback, and Medusa gets her hair cut off in the first episode, so she doesn't use her hair.
What am I doing?
The whole series, she don't get her hair back. She's bald, fighting, kicking.
Bruh. No.
The dog is good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
The dog is really good. So yeah, like
I'll watch. I'll finish Legion. I'll watch The Gifted. I will finish Cloak and Dagger.
The Gifted. Where you at with The Gifted?
I haven't even started The Gifted.
Son, let me tell you this.
I'll do Cloak and Dagger. I'll do all of that before I do Inhumans.
Let me tell you this. And I was so surprised because I binged it. The Gifted is fucking awesome.
Really?
It is.
Is it better than Legion? I'm enjoying.
No, Legion is a different. Yeah, Legion is great. Legion is like Artur thing.
Yeah.
Gifted checks off all of these boxes. It is a great mutant vehicle. To tell you the truth, if they let the Gifted roll, that's mutants right there. It was not even a problem. They started with They have something called Sentinel Services to get through Sentinel Services. It's an organization that they don't do no Sentinel, but they call them. It's like so slick. It is such a good series. I'm so mad that we didn't watch it like together. I told Zilla, yo, you gotta watch this. I was so surprised.
How many seasons
is in there? 2, just 2. Steph with Cuckoos are in there. It is so good. They go right to humans hate mutants. It's not even a problem to show that. They got like remember that church that's in I can't remember, the Church of Humanity. They got a version of that.
Yeah, yes.
They have a version of that. I said, this is real. They got the Strucker twins. It really blew my mind. Blink is in it. Thunderbird's in it.
Okay.
Bishop is in it, but he's not called Bishop. He got a different name.
He's not called Bishop in there?
Nah, he's called like.
But it's definitely Bishop.
It's Bishop. It's Bishop by far.
Interesting.
And it really surprised the hell out of you. And it's funny because the main villain in season 2, I had to look her up. I was like, who is this chick? And she's really like some mutant that they made into like she's a real, you can find her in pages. It's like 3 or 4 panels of her. I said, yo, they did not play. They made one guy up, Polaris's boyfriend. He's made up. He's the only guy, well, other than other little mutants that play the background, like with different powers and stuff. But like as the main people, they made him up. Everybody else is like almost factual, and it's really, really good. It's really good. I cannot even hold you.
I'm gonna do
Sage
it.
is in it, and that's obscure. Yeah,
still waiting for Forge. I want Forge to pop up somewhere. I hope he
Forge. I think they should. Forge fits in the MCU. He's a little more adult. He's always fucking Guilt and Storm.
Yeah,
you need to put him in an adult thing.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I keep watching WandaVision, and I'm scared. I don't want the narrative to keep. Is she gonna bring mutants? How to mute? Would it be mutants? She gonna do something to mutants? Like I think they did it already.
Yeah.
If you can't tell,
already,
I think it's done.
Thank you. It's done already. It's already
done. The blip
done.
creates mutants. The blip created mutants.
Exactly.
Whether they're young, small, old, and then I think they kept it to themselves, the people that realized they had powers, and then they also maybe procreated, maybe it's a couple of babies, so some young mutants. They did it already. They don't have to do anything else. No, they don't have to do anything else. This multiverse idea that they got just because they pull in Quicksilver, no.
Yeah.
No, it's cute for the show, but that's not why. It's not that she's pulling mutants from another. And Doctor Strange, no, please no. So
they're saying there's going to be a huge cameo coming, and it wasn't this Quicksilver one, and it can't be Strange because we know Strange is coming. So I'm curious as to it can't be.
It's strange.
That's not a huge.
I know it's strange.
The way they described
you think it's gonna be Magneto?
No, I don't know if it's gonna. No, I don't think it's gonna be Magneto. But I think it'll be another. I think it'll be another Fox property that they brought over. I think it'll be something huge. But I don't think it'll be Strange. Strange is already too expected. We've already been told that this ties into that film. So that's kind of like saying Spider-Man's going to have a huge cameo in The Strange. We already know. He's in the IMDb.
With this storyline, because this is actually a story from the 80s, so I'm familiar.
Mm-hmm.
So the only people it could be is Mephisto.
Don't limit yourself.
Wonder Man. Wonder
Man would be great, but don't limit yourself.
Because Wonder Man makes sense because Vision is dead, and this would be the new Vision that they're making, and it's actually Wonder Man that she animated. And then Magneto, I don't like that leap.
No.
I don't like the leap. I don't like the leap at all.
The reason I kept saying don't limit yourself is because we know full well, and it's been established since Bryan Singer, these are separate universes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's influence, sure, but in the service of what Phase 4 and 5 need to be, this cameo I think is gonna cater more to that than actually.
It has to be very Avengery. That's what
I'm
it
saying.
Needs to be way more Avengery and Defenders and all the other teams they were on.
That's what I'm saying.
Then Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and Magneto. That was later on in this story.
Yes.
If you follow this story, at this point in time, we're avenged out. Like they are mutants here and there, but they're avenged out.
Right.
All the mutant stuff was later on. So they would have to stay, whether Westwood, Hawkeye. I think it's probably Wonder Man. That's West Coast Avengers. That was their team.
Yeah.
It's not Tiger, It should be Wonder Man because Wonder Man makes sense as that's this Vision that you reanimated that they were working on.
Yeah.
And they were making another one. And the other Vision is Wonder Man and vice versa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Wonder Man could be perfect. I think Wonder Man could work. I'm curious as to who they're leaning, who they're going to use to fill in that NASA scientist, whether that's a call to one of the Fantastic Four.
So they were talking.
They're saying it's a Blue Marvel, possibly.
Blue Marvel's old. He's old. He's older, and he has the All right, if they bring in Blue Marvel, it would be akin to them having Goliath and Ant-Man, something like that.
Right.
So a little later, but somebody with. And they do that well with somebody history like Hank Pym is old.
Yep, they do that very well.
But they find a way to weave them in. So all right, this guy existed. So that's the thing with Vision. There's the original, like I'm saying, there's Wonder Man. There's also Human Torch,
Right.
which is another part of the
Another
triumvirate
android.
of the robots and androids and
Yep.
stuff. The original Human Torch, not Johnny Storm. So
Right.
because we're so out of time with Cap being frozen and stuff, there are some 60s and 70s characters that we would think, oh no, that's too old, but it's not old. It's actually in line with where they're at with the story.
Right.
So
yeah.
I think maybe even something as simple as a good recognizable actor playing one of Wiccan and Speed.
Yeah.
Grown up when they grow them up.
I see what you're saying.
So when they grow them up, it's I'm being silly, but Robert Downey Jr. playing Wiccan, like
right.
Like
somebody we know,
Matthew McConaughey, somebody we know playing their grown up version.
Their
Jerry O'Connell or whatever.
Yeah. Their Young Avengers versions. Yeah.
Right. Because they haven't actually been that quiet. I'm surprised that they are being very loud with the Young Avengers.
Very.
Showing Kate Bishop scenes.
Yeah. Ms. Marvel, like they're not playing.
Marvel now playing even Hank Pym's.
Yep.
Not Hank Pym's, but such and such's daughter. They recast her.
They recast
already.
her.
Like, so yeah, they're being very open. Wiccan and Speed are here. Like, only thing they're missing is like Hulkling or something like that. Like,
Hulkling, and they mentioned it was a Young Patriot.
American Shouter.
Yeah,
the girl. So it's there. It's there. A lot of these things are there, and I hope everybody's satisfied when they're like, "Hey, we kind of told you, it's right there." You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want no big leap. We don't need a leap. Like, another thing, even with this and Justice League, like, look, we all came from the same spot where these are comic books. They follow comic book rules. Somebody's alive next issue that just got killed. Like, we don't need it to make humanity sense because you're making this dark, gripping Batman biopic. Okay. But yeah, Batman in Batman Returns, he blew up mad clowns. Like, he blew them up. Like,
so I'm glad you said that, because so that was one of the things that I grappled with Wonder Woman. Right. A lot of the critiques I was hearing were from people that it was funny because based on the responses and reactions, they're obviously very casually associated with comics, but then still felt the need to have a really, really opinionated take and then say things that made absolutely no sense. Like, why are there all these white people and they supposed to be Amazonian? And I'm just like,
all the Amazons and that Diana grew up with were white.
I'm sitting here like, but unless the Earth that we're on right now has a Superman or a Green Lantern, what are you talking about? Why are you trying to make this like this was the 80s, right? Did that look like Reagan as the president? So why are we having all these? This is a comic book. These films are based on comics. So at some point it's like, chill the fuck out with the expectations. I'm still coming from that same place, and my brothers tease me for it all the time. I'm just excited when I see some of my favorite characters or some of those things realized. Like,
come to life. Yeah,
it's coming to life. Like, as hard as it was to watch, and you and I saw this joint the night it came out, midnight release. As hard as it was to watch the fight scenes in the first Transformers movie, when we heard Prime's voice,
I know we had an out of body experience. We heard Prime say "roll out," and you heard the actual sound from the cartoon.
Like,
but them fights were hard to watch. But
they worked on it. It got better. It got better in the later films.
No, he got crazy with one of them. Dark Side of the Moon. He went super ham with it. It looked like they were blending into each other.
Dark Side
in the last couple of years.
Because he was doing a lot more of those mid-air transformation shots too during fights. That's what made it crazy.
And they had older Transformers coming out of planets. Like that was hard. Michael Bay's hard, boy. then he tried to get us to see. Michael Bay played us though, because he's like, all right, now you know what? I'm gonna give you a Wahlberg. I said, oh, Wahlberg's in this thing. Oh no. We gotta sit through this, and we gotta see Wahlberg, and it's wow.
So you know, it's like 5 or 6 of them. I didn't realize it was that many. If you count Bumblebee, it's like 6. Because Wahlberg comes
6.5.
in the fourth one. Yeah,
and he's in 2. But Bumblebee is really good because they went super Cybertron. There's actually a new. You've seen it, right? The new Transformers Cybertron thing on Netflix?
The series. Yeah, I want to start that. I haven't started it yet.
Yeah,
but the first 10 minutes of Bumblebee, bruh, that first 10 minutes of Bumblebee was amazing.
And the funny thing is, if people know the Transformers cartoon, that Cybertron scene was not until like season 3 or 4. Like we didn't get to see Cybertron like that. It'd be little whisper flashbacks, but then when they went in full on Shockwave on the Homeboy, they're defending Cybertron. Then we start seeing, this is how they are on Cybertron.
Yeah.
And that Bumblebee scene, that was really good. So this series is pretty dope with the Cybertron Wars, and that was always a nice little underlying lore of Transformers, like what was going on Cybertron until they started going back. Anyway, we way off, but we'll see. We'll see. Justice
March
League.
15th, man. March 15th. So, all right. So, let me get this from you before we close out. How would you, on a scale of 1 to 5, where do you put the first Justice League and your expectations for the second one?
The first Justice League was a 2.
Okay.
And this one, I need to see what they do with the Batman stuff.
Okay.
Because those Batman scenes really we gave it a 2. So I'm hoping
2 in a good way or 2 in a bad way?
It gave it 2
down
in a
to
good
a 2?
way. Okay. No, that upped it to a 2. Gotcha. It was definitely a 1. It was a 1. And I'm hoping that this one will be a solid 3.
Okay.
We'll see.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm bad. Yeah. I'm happy you have that high of an expectation.
I'm being optimistic. Look, I'll give it a shot. But fool me twice.
I'm a 3 with the first one, and I'm hoping this will be a 4. But in no way am I expecting this to be a 5. It's impossible. It can't be.
Did you like Shazam?
Yeah, I enjoy Shazam.
All right.
Yeah, I enjoy Shazam. I watched Shazam once. It's a kid's film.
Did your kids watch it? Did you watch it with your kids?
Yep.
Did they like it?
Yep. It was the same thing with Wonder Woman. Okay. Like, I watched it
But
once.
You got girls. Wonder Woman is like, curriculum for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. I was watching the second. I was like, anybody with girls. You're sitting there and watching girl power.
But outside of that, the first one was dope. Her appearances in Batman vs. Superman, like, her fight scenes and the choreography for her fight scenes, it just really showcases how much of a better fighter she is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the stuff with Ares and stuff is pretty involved.
Come on, man. It was dope. It was dope.
The fight scenes in Wonder Woman 84 was pretty good too, like the action scenes, but it's just everything around it was funny. But all right, we'll see.
We will see. We'll see.
All right, bro.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Right. Peace.
Peace.
Excellent. You're still here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of A Podcast Has No Name. If this is your first time checking us out, please subscribe. We are available on Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, and pretty much everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Podcast Has No Name. Deuces. Oh, great. You're still there. Thank you for listening to another episode of A Podcast Has No Name. If this is your first time checking us out, please make sure you subscribe. We're on Apple Music, Spotify, Google, all the places where you listen to podcasts. And follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Podcast Has No Name. Deuces.
Subscribe, please, please, please. Click and comment.